Okay, marry me, everybody. It's Kai Knight Theory here. I have tried to make this video 4 times now because Kai Knight is being, or not Kai Knight, Imhotep is being a bad kitty today. He's knocked over the camera twice. He won't leave me alone, and I tried going into the other room and he started scratching at the door and going ballistic. So he's having separation issues right now, so I'm gonna have to stay in the living room. But anyway, this is going to be a video response to a subscriber. I'm going to start doing a lot of these videos where I do a lot of responses to my subscribers. Okay, so try to get a better angle. Much better, because this camera sucks. Anyway, this subscriber asked how to get back into her craft. She's in a slump of how to get back into the craft and connect with her goddess again. Now, everyone, sometimes we all go through these like little slumps, especially with connections to our gods. Sometimes your gods, it'll seem like they're not there, or they're not responding to you. You don't hear their voices anymore, or you don't feel their presence. What it is to me, first thing, you should check if your chakras are in balance. The chakras, all of them need to be properly aligned in order to have a connection with deity, especially the crown chakra. If the crown chakra is out of whack, you won't be able to connect to the divine or higher energy or higher being, whatever it is that you view it as. You won't be able to if that chakra is out of balance. It also has to do with your mental state, like depression, everything like that can also interfere with connections to the gods. And you also have to think and self-evaluate on why it is you no longer feel like connection. What about the craft that's making you no longer want to get back into it, etc., etc. Once you evaluate all that, I can go into tips right now of how to go back into it. It's very cliche as how to say this, but my very first thing is go outside. When you have the chance, go outside barefooted, if it's permissible, because I know some places you can't do that, it's not safe. But go outside, let your bare feet touch the ground. Let Mother Earth and the earth connect with you, especially if you're trying to connect with the goddess. Go outside barefooted. Just go up. Sit on the ground or sit in the grass. Sit under a tree and really just connect with nature. Shut off your phone or put it on airplane mode and really connect with nature. That's my other thing on my list. I'm starting to make lists now in my little notebook here, so my thoughts aren't scattered everywhere. That's the second thing. Get away from technology. I would recommend, which I need to do this because I play out with my phone all the time. Especially been trying to make videos all freaking day with this damn cat. Now he's behaving. Anyway, get away from technology. Hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. Ooh. Sorry. Anyway, get off your computer, get away from the TV, get off your phone, get away from technology for at least like an hour or two a day. Sit in silence or play some relaxing music, like meditation music. Because sometimes when you're too connected with technology and you're too connected into the mundane world, it can shut off your spiritual and psychic centers. And that can ruin inspiration. It can ruin your creative side. It can also ruin that connection that you have with deity and the spiritual side, which I'm not innocent of that. I do that a lot. I'm an earth sign. I'm a Taurus, so I get indulged in physical things too much, in the mundane. I'm obsessed with money and sex and all. Well, sex can be spiritual, but eating a lot of food, which I've been gaining weight. But you know what I mean. Like, it can shut off your psychic centers and your spiritual center and your spiritual connection. So I recommend getting away from mundane things sometimes. At least set aside like maybe an hour to maybe even a half hour, or even to start out with like 15 minutes a day. Put your phone down, get away from the computer, go light a candle, maybe read a book or something. but stay in silence and really like connect with your inner self and your inner divine nature. Third thing is try to remember what it was that brought you to the craft. This is something that always works for me when I have my depressive episodes. When I'm depressed, I don't think properly. My brain goes straight to the shitter. I automatically start doubting myself with everything I can do. Let me tell you, depression's a bitch. It's not fun to have. Or well, bipolar depression, it's not fun to have. But anyway, when you get like this, you need to look into yourself and figure out what it was that brought you to the craft. What was the thing that really drew you to it? And really think about it. What feelings did you have when you first started? Like, really, like, you know what I mean? Like, reminiscence in the past about it. And it'll somewhat help spark that interest back into it and, like, really get you into the go of it. The next thing I recommend doing is, like, singing and dancing. By that, I mean, when you're in the shower or something, just, like, sing songs to the goddess, sing pagan songs, try to dance, like get yourself into a rhythm. Dancing and music and singing for me, it causes inspirations and causes you like creation. It gets those creation gears and inspiration gears going, and if you have your inspiration and creation gears going, it gets your spiritual side working and your psyche and everything like that. So, and also another thing that you can do is do witchy arts and crafts. By that I mean work on your book of shadows, make candles, make incense, make crochet ritual robe, like make a ritual robe, anything. Like really get inspiration. Do a watercolor painting of like a goddess or something. You know what I mean? Like really get into it because it will, again, with that whole creation center in your brain, the whole divine spark, creativity spark. When you're very creative and you're very drawing a lot of inspiration, it'll really spark your interest back into it. It will really will. One thing is too that there are some people who are very discriminatory against witches who don't who are not connected to their craft. Which I get their view, I get that, whatever, but to sit there and say that people are not witches because you lose some interest in things, it happens sometimes. Like, I'm hugely obsessed, example, I'm hugely obsessed with Egyptian mythology, but for a while I stepped back from it, and I went to another pathology, or pantheon, and then I'm back into Egyptian pantheon. Like, you drift away from things sometimes for a little bit of time. And then when you go back into it, at least this is how it's for me. When I go back into something, I'm very, ooh, let's do this, let's go. So sometimes maybe you might need to step back from it, because no matter what, you'll always be a witch on the inside if you've been practicing for a while. But anyway, I'm losing my train of thoughts. I wrote notes, but I'm still doing it. Do witchy arts and crafts. Okay, so like I said, do witchy arts and crafts, sing and dance, go out in nature, stay away from technology, align your chakras, because like I said, you need your energy centers to be working properly, especially the crown chakra and third eye, in order to be connecting with the divine. And sometimes, from my experience, like I was saying, my revisiting matron and patron deities and goddess and gods, they'll sometimes not respond. It doesn't mean they abandon you. What they're doing is, that means you're supposed to learn something, or they want to see if you can handle a certain type of energy without them being around. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a test. So don't take it as that the goddess and god are abandoning you or they're no longer there, because they'll always be there. It's just that there's either a test going on, or your psychic centers are off, your crown chakra's messed up, or your third eye. I would recommend trying to work on those. And all the guidelines that I just went through, I don't remember already. But that's pretty much it. Until next time, merry part and blessed be.